Hey guys, it's Olivia. I wanted to make this video before I got too busy with packing and everything because I've been saying I'm going to make a video on what I'm going into in college, so I want to make a video on what I'm going into. But I just want to first off by saying that I really am super excited because I have gotten 2 scholarships from my college that I'm going to. They've sent me a scholarship that's going to give me $4,000 a year, so I have a $1,600 scholarship total, but they're kind of cutting it up in chunks so you only get $4,000 per year, so it's like spanned out on your 4-year degree. And also they've given me a $20,000 scholarship, which I'll get $5,000 per year, so I'm getting $9,000 per year. So which is a big help because I don't get any financial aid because my dad being an accountant, we make too much to be able to apply for like your FAFSA and everything and getting financial aid. So it's a blessing, and I'm just so thankful that God's given me the opportunity to have at least a little bit of money to help us pay for college, because like even if your parents do make money, I'm not saying my parents make a ton of money, but I'm saying that we're able to afford to go to college. College is super expensive, and especially because I'm going to go to a private Christian college, so that's a lot of money. So I'm so thankful that God has blessed me with a little bit of scholarship money, so that's a blessing in itself. But okay, so I want to tell you what I'm going into, but first off I want to tell you why I'm going into it. I'm going to double major in criminal justice and counseling, and I'm going to minor in youth ministry. And there's actually a story with this. I went probably in 6th or 7th grade. I went on a missions trip to Chicago with my youth group, and we worked with the Salvation Army, and we handed out soup to the homeless in their Salvation Army van. And I got really close to one of the Salvation Army workers there, and he told me his story, which was is a very cool story, and it really inspired me, and that's why his story is why I want to go into what I'm going into. And what his story was his story about his life and how he grew up. And his mother was a drug addict. She was in and out of jail always. She was never home. When she was sleeping because she was knocked out from drugs before. His dad was abusive, and their dad wasn't home either. So he had joined a gang. He was, gangs are very dangerous, obviously. He said that he was, constantly shot at. He was constantly, there was a threat of, getting beat up and stuff. And he said it got to the point where it was so bad that he was in and out of jail too. And, he said that was a really low point in his life. And he said he considered taking his own life, which is super sad, And he said he was at so rock bottom that he was almost to that point until a youth pastor associated with the Salvation Army got in touch with him. He started visiting him in jail. He started visiting him in his home after he got out of jail. He started, taking him to youth group. He brought him to church, and he just witnessed to him. He got him his first Bible, and now that teen boy is working for the Salvation Army. He has his own family. He has his own house. He has his job, and he said it's all because of that youth pastor. And it just really got me thinking about how many other teens are out there just like him, that, they don't have a family at home. They don't think that they're special because there's not, people there telling him that they're always getting in trouble because they don't have parents as figures to show them, how to act and stuff. And so it just got me thinking about that, and I did some research on, adoption percentages and stuff, and after you're 4 years old, I guess you only have a 30% chance of getting adopted. So that's like a pretty low chance. And even, I think it was like the average teen in social work, I think it said they have over 10 foster homes in a year because they're just moved around so much because, a person does get damaged when they're in that situation, and nobody really wants to deal with that. People want a baby to raise. They don't want to have a teenager that's already has baggage and stuff. So my heart has really yearned to do this. My heart's really been leaning towards that. I feel like God's calling me into this ministry of counseling, you know, teens and social work. I don't want to so much be the person to take teens out of their homes, but I want to be the person, you know, that goes and talks to them. I want to be like that Salvation Army worker who goes and visits them, who brings them to church and stuff, and just is to be able to witness. So that's what I really feel like God's calling me into. And so that I'm just excited, you know, to start my classes and stuff next year, to start, you know, taking my steps to feel like, you know, to go into where God's calling me. And so I just think that was like just a really big moment in my life, and I really want to thank that Salvation Army worker. I actually haven't been in contact with him at all, so it's just really sad, but his story has stuck with me and it's pushed me into this. I just, like I said, I really feel like this is what God's calling me into, so that's what I will be studying next year. And like I said, I'm in a minor in youth ministry, and I eventually do hope to have my own youth group, and I've saved a ton of study materials, like devotional books and stuff. If I do have my own youth group, I have a ton of games and stuff, so I'm really excited. I'm hoping God will just bless me with a youth group or with a church home to be a youth pastor at. So that's what I'm going into. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that and share why I'm going into what I'm doing. And I just, yeah, so if you have any questions, like I said, just comment below. I'd love to hear your guys' comments. Maybe you're studying in this career fields, but that's why I really feel like, yeah, I just really feel like that's what God's calling me into. So thank you for watching my college video. I guess I'm not exactly sure what I will label this one, but yeah, so just thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.